On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with 10 Tampa Bay and 10 Tampa Bay Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage with 10 Tampa Bay and 10 Tampa Bay Plus. The 10 Tampa Bay Plus TV app. Streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. 10 Tampa Bay Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. Sponsored by the Law Offices of Attorney Dan Newlin.
Your 10 Tampa Bay forecast, sponsored by Florida Window and Door.
Next on 10 Tampa Bay, Alligator Alcatraz plans to build an immigration facility in the Everglades. We're live with when leaders want it open, plus a weather impact alert, the timing and the impact. On 10 Tampa Bay.
It's dry across the Tampa Bay area right now, but we're tracking a weather impact alert. I'll have the timing and the impact to your day.
Local shops struggling to survive 1 month after this massive fire. We're live with their plea as crews investigate the cause.
Plus, Alligator Alcatraz, a proposal to open an immigration detention facility in the Everglades becoming reality. We're live with the progress.
Keeping you informed, prepared, and connected. You're watching 10 Tampa Bay.
A live look at downtown Tampa at this hour. It is warm and humid out there after some storms this afternoon. This is Nightside. I'm Dave Wagner.
And it's great to have you with us. I'm Courtney Robinson. We are expecting more storms tomorrow. 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins joins us now. And Bobby, we have a weather impact alert right now for tomorrow.
That's right. Not only tomorrow, but we're going to also do it on Thursday afternoon and Friday afternoon from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. as the storms get going. A weather impact alert is our way here at 10 Tampa Bay of giving you a heads up that, hey, you know, a little bit different than normal. And what the problem is going to be is some hail and damaging winds. We have some colder air coming in above us. And as we get those afternoon storms firing up, that cooler air can make bigger storms and they can make stronger storms. And that's what we'll be watching for. There's nothing out there right now. These are showers moving away. That is not rain. It'll be quiet for the rest of the evening hours. But if you look out to the east, this is what happened today. You see that easterly flow? That's at the surface. If we go up and we look out off the southeast coast, this spin you see right here, that's a mid and upper level low. That has the cooler air with it. And as it moves across the state, the next 24 hours to 48 hours, really, it's going to bring in that cooler air. You can always see the orange here. That's drier air. It's one of the reasons why we didn't see as many storms. That'll work also with that. And the Storm Prediction Center says it's a 1 out of 5 chance for severe weather. That's not high, but it's more than what we normally see. And we'll probably get that all the way through Friday. So quiet overnight tonight. We'll start in the mid 70s. We'll put from 2 p.m. through 9 p.m. that weather impact alert. Coming up, my full weather, I'll show you the timing on Futurecast. So we'll go hour by hour so you can plan it out. And we'll talk tropics. Andrea's there, but Andrea's going away.
All right, Bobby, a reminder you can get weather updates anytime on 10 Tampa Bay Plus, keeping you informed, prepared, and connected on your time. Download it for free on your TV.
Empty businesses. Tonight, Dolphin Village in St. Pete Beach is quiet.
Just hours from now, some shops will open their doors again, but others have been closed for more than a month after this fire tore through the shopping plaza. And tonight, some local businesses tell us they have to close for good. 10 Tampa Bay's Chris Hurst is live in St. Pete Beach tonight.
And Chris, you were told tonight the detective investigating the fire still has this as an open case.
Yes, that's right. And that he was here on scene just yesterday, still investigating the fire. Business owners, though, are about ready to think about maybe closing down. They're barely hanging on because foot traffic is all but disappeared. Now, while I was told by the sheriff's office that the cause was electrical, we still don't know exactly how the fire started or where, or if there was any negligence involved. That is the one thing these business owners say they want to know the most. Live on St. Pete Beach, Chris Hurst, 10 Tampa Bay.
All right, Chris, right now containment lines are in place as crews work to extinguish hot spots of a large brush fire. It broke out just before 2 this afternoon near Henry George Road and County Road 39 in Plant City. Hillsborough County Fire Rescue and the Florida Forest Service were able to get it under control around dinner time this evening. The sheriff's office also helped crews from the sky dropping water on the fire and using drones to make sure no structures were threatened. No injuries were reported.
Convicted and now facing the death penalty. Tonight, Ronnie Walker sits in jail awaiting sentencing after a jury found him guilty of the murder of 14-year-old Nilexia Alexander. The runaway teen was shot and killed on a dead-end street in Tampa back in 2022.
We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1. The defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree as charged.
I could see her smiling down and say, "You did it, Mom. You did it. You did not give up. You stood in the pain." As you would say, you stood in the pain. And I did.
Prosecutors used surveillance video, cell phone data, and DNA evidence to link Walker to the crime, along with testimony from 2 key witnesses to convince jurors. Jurors will return for sentencing on Thursday morning. The penalty phase is expected to last 3 to 4 days. An 8-juror majority is needed to impose death.
And we should mention here, a key witness in Walker's trial will be in court just hours from now. Robert Creed Jr. is charged with accessory after the fact. He was the only person with Nightside and Walker the night she was killed. Creed testified Walker threatened him to stay quiet. His trial is expected to last a couple of weeks.
Now to a live look at Tampa International Airport tonight. Within the next hour or two, another flight full of evacuees from Israel is expected to land at TPA. It will be the 6th flight of evacuees to arrive in Florida. A 5th flight of evacuees landed this morning. It's part of a coordinated effort between the state and Grable Rescue. Florida leaders say the state has incurred roughly $30 million in costs related to evacuations. Nearly 2,000 Americans have been brought home on these flights.
This is a live look at the Western Wall in Jerusalem tonight. It's just after 6 a.m. there right now, and you can see people praying at that holy site. This just more than 24 hours after the president announced a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. But just hours into the deal, appears to be on shaky ground. The president spoke about the ceasefire before leaving for a 2-day summit for NATO this morning.
We basically have 2 countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Just hours ago, classified briefings to provide members of Congress details on the U.S. strikes on Iran were delayed. A Senate briefing was also pushed to Thursday. The White House says the delay was due to new circumstances following positive developments in the Middle East. The strikes, along with the conflict between Iran and Israel, are expected to be topics at the NATO summit this week.
Right now, efforts to build an immigration detention facility in the Everglades appear to be moving fast.
And tonight, the state is using emergency powers to construct Alligator Alcatraz, and it has the support of federal officials. 10 Tampa Bay's Miguel Octavio is digging into this story for us.
And Miguel, it could be just days until this is all up and running.
Yeah, the Florida Attorney General says it could be having beds, thousands of them ready by early July. Tonight, this proposal is getting a lot of support and pushback. Now, the orders also grant sweeping authority to the head of the state emergency management. A federal official says managing this facility will cost approximately $450 million a year. In studio, Miguel Octavio, 10 Tampa Bay.
Florida is the lightning capital of the U.S. Within the last week, it's killed 1 person and injured several women. Shares their terrifying experience after lightning struck their tiki hut on the beach. Plus the activities that put you most at risk.
With no money down, no interest programs available, give us a call for your free estimate.
I'm WeatherTight Mike. You prepare for severe weather before it comes. That's why we're proud to present tomorrow's Wake Up Weather. It's also why WeatherTight installs the best impact-resistant windows to protect you during a hurricane. And please, don't forget the cookies.
10 Tampa Bay with Dave Wagner, Courtney Robinson, Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins, and Sports with Evan Klosky.
Tonight, several people are recovering after a lightning strike on Holmes Beach.
A man was taken to the hospital, and just hours ago, Fire Rescue released new details in this case. They say that the man was under a cabana with 3 other people when lightning struck. Investigators say he was alert when they took him to the hospital. His condition has not been released. The other 3 people were knocked to the ground, and 1 had blisters on their hands, but they declined treatment.
Florida, no doubt, is the lightning capital of the U.S. Within the last 4 days, authorities across the state have responded to several incidents in Volusia County on Saturday. 29-year-old Jake Rosenkrantz was killed after being struck by lightning. He was standing in ankle-deep water when this happened. Rosenkrantz was visiting New Smyrna Beach with his new wife on their honeymoon.
The same day on Marco Island, multiple people on a girls' trip were also injured when a storm rolled in.
And tonight, reporter Maddie Herron spoke to them about the moment lightning struck their tiki hut. Well, the National Weather Service keeps track of lightning deaths and the activities people were doing when it happened. So we looked into it here. The deadliest activity was fishing, accounting for 9% of deaths, followed by people at the beach. Boating rounds out the top 3.
10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins joins us. And Bobby, lightning is so common this time of year. We have a weather impact alert in place for tomorrow.
So we're going to get stronger storms. The overall coverage of storms won't be a lot tomorrow. Kind of similar to what we saw today. But by Thursday and Friday, they will sped up, and then we'll see more storms altogether. So we want to be watching that lightning. What do we had? New Smyrna Beach. We had Holmes Beach, and then we had Marco Island in just the last 4 or 5 days. I mean, please be careful. Lightning can go 10 to 20 miles outside of a thunderstorm. It does not need to be raining for you to get struck by lightning. So if it's coming close and you hear that thunder, get inside, get off of the beach, get into a car at the very least, but inside a structure. All right, let's get you out there right now. Weather impact alert. So this is the one that starts tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. It goes Thursday afternoon and Friday afternoon. And it'll be the afternoon and evening hours when we get our storms. And the threat that we're talking about, the impact, is hail. Could get to an inch in diameter. That's almost ping pong size. That's getting big. That's about nickel size. With that, those storms, when they have large hail, they tend to bring down a lot of wind as well. So damaging winds are possible. We had winds today in those storms in the 40s. We could certainly be upper 40s to upper 50s over the next few days. Again, tomorrow I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of rain out there, but the ones that we do see could be on the stronger side. It's quiet out there right now. We don't have any issues for the overnight hours. You can see the orange here on the water vapor loop. That's drier air. That's one of the reasons why we had less rain today. In fact, it was moving to the south, and you can see we had some storms there, but it was really starting to dry things out. Now that's the upper level low. This has cooler air near the middle of it. And so when we heat up down here and those storms start to grow up, they grow up into that cold air, they get even taller, and they can make more hail because it's colder up there, and that's the problem. So we'll be watching it. The Storm Prediction Center says it's a 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather. This is for tomorrow. That's Thursday. I think Friday will look just the same, and that's why we have it for all 3 afternoons. Right now, it's very quiet. Temperature is about 82 degrees. Dave says, it's still muggy out there? It's like, yeah, Dave, to September. Well, no, I'm lying now. What am I talking about? November 1st? Maybe if we're lucky, but it has been. And in fact, I think it gets a little worse. We've had light winds, but generally out of the east. Next week, they're out of the south and the west. Dew points now are in the mid 70s. That's when it's in the 70s, it's muggy. Mid 70s now. I think they go upper 70s next week. It's really going to get muggy. All right, so air temps generally in the upper 70s to low 80s. We'll drop another couple degrees. This is the overnight hours. You'll notice we'll wake up dry for that morning commute. No issues there. But by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, a few storms inland. And they come back towards the coast by 4:30, 5 o'clock. And again, not a lot of rain, but some of those could be on the strong side. Now, let's go out to Thursday. This is the morning. We're dry, still easterly winds. Here they come popping up, more moisture to work with. That's 2 o'clock, a few here, but mainly inland. And then they come back towards the coast again in the afternoon and evening hours. Friday looks very similar with this, and that's the reason why we'll be watching those storms. So this is the planner for your Wednesday. There's your weather impact from 2 to 9 p.m., low 90s for highs. It will look very similar both Wednesday, Thursday, and even into Friday. Light easterly winds for the most part will go southeast in the morning, then round to the west in the afternoon, but not a lot of wind, but some storms in the afternoon hours. So anytime after 2 to 3 o'clock, keep your eye to the sky. All right, now let's talk about this. This post-tropical storm, Andrea, first named storm of the year. It was a tropical storm. It only got to 40-mile-per-hour winds. It's down to 35. That thing's over 2,000 miles away from us. The convection's blown off. It's got this low-level swirl you can see here with the visible satellite, but there's no big storms because it's been sheared apart. They do have a track that will basically expire overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. And yeah, we were even running forecast models on it. You can see it's taking it way out to sea. Fish storms, we would love to keep those all season long. Right now, the models, and I don't see much development in the tropics through about the 8th of July. And let's hope that holds. That would be really good news. Otherwise, there's your 7-day forecast. You see those reds in the afternoon, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Those are our alerts. The weekend, low 90s, but rain chances coming down a little bit. Pride Parade right now on Saturday is looking pretty good, but I do expect afternoon storms.
We're here to keep you informed, prepared, and connected with our Storm Ready special. You can watch that right now on 10 Tampa Bay Plus.
With the Rays one of the hottest teams in baseball, there are still rumors about the team trading a pair of important players. We're going to tell you who they are and why the NBA draft is worth watching tomorrow.
Don't miss Tampa Bay's largest boat show this weekend at the Florida State Fairgrounds.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with 10 Tampa Bay and 10 Tampa Bay Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage with 10 Tampa Bay and 10 Tampa Bay Plus.
Jeopardy is for everybody.
Paramedic, retired teacher, psychiatrist.
The next super champion could be anyone. It could be you.
That's amazing.
On Jeopardy!
Jeopardy weeknights at 7:30, right here on 10 Tampa Bay.
Now, sponsored by Advent Health, this is 10 Sports.
When Taj Bradley steps on the bump for the Tampa Bay Rays, it's kind of like that Forrest Gump box of chocolates line. We have no idea what we are going to get. He started this month in Houston, lighting up the Astros for 7 innings. Then he has followed that up with 3 atrocious outings. He entered tonight's game in Kansas City, clinging onto his spot in the starting rotation like Jenny on that ledge. Last Forrest Gump reference, I promise. We're hoping to also hear Janae Broom's name announced tomorrow as well. The Auburn All-American played high school ball in Plant City and at Tampa Catholic. We'll be right back.
10 Tampa Bay is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Before you head to bed, we have a wow moment for you. A bold boutique hotel overseas has tourists talking and watching. A fishbowl-style room offers no curtains, no cover, just you, your suitcase, and a crowd of curious onlookers.
Yeah, this room is tucked inside the lobby of an artsy hotel in Ibiza. The Zero Suite offers a free night to anyone who doesn't mind being the center of attention.
I think it's quite liberating. So I personally would stay here. Yeah, I like the concept.
I don't think that I could do it. I'm not sure if I would want to be exposed and have everyone watching me sleep. I like my dark little room.
I don't know if I would do it, but of course, a free night is a free night.
When she said, I like the concept of it, a.k.a. like a free night, too.
Yeah.
Guests also say it's a unique experience, but don't expect a good night's rest. People are knocking at that glass at all hours. Yeah.
It's a free room. You got to deal with the elements.
It's like when we're doing hurricane coverage. We're all just sleeping here, right? Okay. Hope to see you back here tomorrow.
Continue with us and watch free now on the 10 Tampa Bay Plus app everywhere you stream.